And we welcome you to the Rose City in Portland, Oregon, where this is VW Productions presenting the 2025-2026 NBA season playthrough from NBA2K26. Today's matchup is a Northwest Division matchup featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are off to a 17-3 start and a defending NBA champions, against the Portland Trailblazers, who are 4-15 on the season. And it's been a very turbulent start to the season for the Trailblazers here. If we look at the starting lineups, we have SGA, Luguentz Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and then also Jalen Williams at center. And for the Blazers, we got Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, Jeremy Grant in the lineup, Danny Abadia, and Robert Williams III. Both teams have been featured as we start the second schedule block, as now all 30 teams have been officially being shown. Both teams are being centered for being showcased for the second time. We could possibly see the last time for the Portland Trailblazers. I think they may have one other game in the second schedule block, but I need to recheck my records. But I'll probably be checking them throughout the course of this game. As you see, Robert Williams for three, and he drains it, and it's 3-0 already, Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant with it. Grant still has a 10 to shoot. He'll get it off. That's no good. Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Jalen Williams and Alex Caruso. Jalen Williams was out for the first part of the season. That is center Jalen Williams. He was out for the first part of the season, as well as Alex Caruso leaving the court in the middle of the season opener game. He missed 4 to 6 weeks. Both of them are back, as Luguentz Dort will hit the triple there, and it's 6-0 already. Just a little bit under a minute and a half into the game, as Robert Williams III, layup no good, as one of the Jalen Williams will grab the rebound. Luguentz Dort with it. Back over to SGA. SGA coming through, the finals MVP from a season ago and the MVP of the league itself. Dort for three. That is off, as Williams III will grab the rebound. Scoot Henderson with it. We are 2 minutes into the game here. Abadia sent it back over to Henderson. Back over to Grant. Drew Holiday, and that's going to be out of bounds, and that will be back with the Blazers ball. However, they only have 4.3 to shoot here. As we look at the league leaders this season for points this season, the Thunder are averaging 129.6 points a season, tops in the entire NBA in this season playthrough. Williams, over to Scoot Henderson. Henderson needs to get that shot up. Abadia for three. That is off the rim, no good. Jalen Williams will grab it. Back over to SGA, back to Holmgren. Holmgren getting that screen. He'll shoot for three. That is off the iron, no good. The Blazers are riddled with injuries and, of course, with scandal as well. We already know the injuries. Damian Lillard not going to play a single game this season in his what should be his first season back after a couple of seasons with the Milwaukee Bucks. Is Abadia, the jumper. That is no good. SGA grabbing the rebound. 3 minutes into the game. Williams coming through, and he'll be fouled by Robert Williams III. There's two Jalen Williamses in the starting lineup.
Shooting for Oklahoma City. Williams at the line for two.
There's one at shooting guard and one at center. Williams will make the first one. And the Thunder are off to a 7-0 run to start off the first 3+ minutes of this game. Again, this is the start of schedule block number 2, as both teams has already been featured once. This is the second time both teams have been featured. The Thunder started off the season playthrough, of course, defending champions on, I see Drew Holiday for three. That is off. Holmgren will get the rebound. As you notice, they started off the banner and ring night with a victory against the Houston Rockets, and then the Blazers fell to the Rockets actually in Houston in their only appearance so far. As you see, Dort for three. That is off the iron, and Williams will get the rebound as Abadia with it. Abadia coming around. Or Avdia, I should say. Denny Avdia gets the first 2 points for the... I don't know why sometimes I keep seeing an A there, but it's actually just the AVDA. As you see SGA, he's rejected! But you see Williams still keeping the... As you see SGA will finally get his first 2 points of the game. But he was rejected for a second. But Williams was able to keep control of the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder and give it back to SGA, and he gets rewarded with his first 2 points of the game as they're back up by 7. Scoot Henderson inside, 10 on the shot clock. Henderson trying to get the shot up. Back over to Grant. Jeremy Grant. There's a bucket. That is up. That is no good. But as I said, there's a slew of injuries for the Blazers here. Of course, as I mentioned, Lillard being out. Shaedon Sharp still out for another 1 to 2 weeks, as well as Kamara. They see SGA for three. He drains it. Look at his road stats there. Points per game. He's shooting over 40 points on the road. That's just on the road. He had a 40-plus point effort in the opening game. As there's a tip there, but Grant will keep control of it for the Portland Trailblazers. Scoot Henderson, their last game against the Spurs in a loss, he had 23 points. As you see him make the bucket there. Holmgren back over to Dort. To Williams. Williams for three. That is off the iron, no good. You see Williams the third with it. Henderson has it. Thunder have a slight edge on the boards, 8-5. We look over here. Avdia, he's rejected, and that's going to go back to Williams. The other Williams with it, and that's stolen. Williams the third for the Blazers has it. See Henderson with it, back over to Avdia. Grant with it. Grant for three. He drains it. Jeremy Grant, 3 points. It's a 5-point Thunder lead now, as we're about to see the first players coming off the bench for the Thunder heading towards the scorer's table. You see SGA. There's a layup. That's good. And we have our first timeout. As you look at it, SGA won the NBA Finals MVP. I believe he also won the season MVP a season ago as well. So he double dipped there, as we are going to keep it on this timeout. For those who are new to this channel that are just watching this just because, I am Beat Up Productions and I do sports video games. I'm doing currently an NBA2K26 content of the 2025-2026 season playthrough. And right now we are currently on November 30th, 2025 for this game. Though this game came out on Tuesday, November 11th, if you're watching this at a later date. But I play one game for every 2 to 3 calendar days. And I go play the game, go through stats, go through ticker for the game, results of the games that were played between those 2 to 3 calendar days. Then I go through injury reports before I sign off. So that is the spiel for this. And then I also do some College Football 26 content. And by the time this game comes out, or at least being uploaded onto YouTube and first release, this will be on Tuesday, November 11th, meaning that later that night I will be having college football standings coming out. So that means I'll be working on my 28-team college football playoff projection bracket for the second time. So that will come out on Wednesday, November 12th. As you see Williams with it, as well as later that evening on November 12th, I'll be having simulation games. I've used like 3 or 4 games for simulation wise. You see Henderson with it. He's going to get that layup. That is no good. Holmgren will get the rebound. SGA, Casey Wallace into the game now. Back over to Jalen Williams. Back over to SGA. SGA for three. That is no good. Williams will grab the rebound. Like I said, one of the Jalen Williams missed the first game against the Houston Rockets when we were showcasing because he was out for a little bit. And you see Denny Abdia had 17 points in the loss of the Spurs. He misses that one. But now we have Isaiah Hartenstein. He is out. You see Wallace for three. That is why the other Jalen Williams is starting in place of him. Henderson with it. Scoot Henderson coming around. He'll get the bucket. It's a 5-point lead again for the Thunder. The Thunder led by as many as 8 so far, but their lead is up by 5. They have not trailed or been tied except for 0-0. And there's a bucket missed by there. Abdia has it for the Thunder, or for the Blazers, I should say. That's my fault right there. You see Drew Holiday with it. Over to Grant. Jeremy Grant, open three. That is off the iron, and Jalen Williams will get the rebound there. Jeremy Grant, 5 points on 2 of 6 shooting, 1 assist. Kaysen Wallace over back to Holmgren. 3:20 to play here in the first quarter. 14-9, the Thunder on top. There's SGA with a shot up that's no good. Jeremy Grant with the rebound. Abdia with it. You see Drew Holiday coming around. Thought that was funny when he went up against his brother. There's Abdia for three. That is off the iron, and Williams will grab the rebound. SGA with it. Back over to the other Jalen Williams. Back to SGA. SGA back to that's Holmgren. He misses that one. Holiday with the rebound. Abdia coming around. That's rejected, but Grant keeps possession of it. Grant for three. That is off the iron, and Jalen Williams will grab the rebound. Jeremy Grant, 2 of 7 shooting, 1 of 3 from three-point range. Back over to one, Jalen Williams. He drains it, and that is a three-pointer there. 8-point lead once again for the Thunder. We're going to take a timeout. 2:15 left of the first. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we are back here in Portland. It is 17-9 Thunder on top. 2:15 left to play in the first. As Williams will inbound it to Abdia. As we have Matthias Thybulle into the game now for the first time. Thybulle passing back over to Jeremy Grant. Grant's coming around here as we under 2 minutes to play. Three boil. That is no good. Wiggins will get the rebound. Isaiah Joe back over to Chet Holmgren. Holmgren, there's a bucket. That's no good. As we see Jeremy Grant with it. About a minute and a half to play here in the first. 17-9. Williams, the third, coming around, and he'll get that layup. That's good. Portland only shooting 5 of 20 in this game compared to Oklahoma City 6 of 17 as Kaysen Wallace has it for the Thunder. Feel the Thunder. Chet Holmgren just missed it for a second. Has 9 in there, 7 to shoot. Coming around inside the paint. Bullies his way, but cannot get the bucket there. Wesley has it now for the Portland Trailblazers. He's off the bench for them. Wesley has it. Over to Abdia, Wesley still shoots it, but that's no good. Isaiah Joe with the rebound. 40 seconds to play in the first. As Holmgren, he's going to go to the line as Williams will be called for his second foul.
Second team foul. At the line for the Thunder, Chet Holmgren. 2 shots.
Two shots for Holmgren. And he'll make the first one. Caruso, and one of the Jalen Williams is coming back into the game. I believe that Caruso is leaving the game, so that might be the power forward or the small forward Jalen Williams, who was actually out at the beginning of the season. Klingon will inbound it now for the Portland Trailblazers. Thibault with it with Wesley. Wesley coming around. Thibault for three. He drains it. It's only a 5-point game. Under 14 seconds to play here now, but the shot clock is still on, so they do have to take one shot before the end of the quarter. They're just going to hold on to it to try to leave little time for the Trailblazers. Holmgren coming around, and he will make it. Chet Holmgren puts the Thunder on top by 7, and that will do it for the first quarter. We are at the end of one. The Portland Trailblazers, the Thunder are leading the Trailblazers 21-14. We'll be back. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. Be back now for the second quarter here. I believe Wallace just hit the three here. Sorry, I think my mic went out for a second. I'm hoping that it did not go out. You see Caruso, Wallace, Sorber, Williams, and Wiggins in the lineup now. There's a 3-point there by Thibault, and it's a 7-point game again. Caruso has it for the... He's coming around now. Caruso coming through again, passing it over to Sorber, and Sorber with the slam dunk. That's his first 2 points of the game. I do not believe I saw him play the first 2 games of the first game. As you see, Chris Murray, the brother of Keegan Murray, out on the floor. Thibault back over to Rupert. Pass it over to Wesley. Thibault for 3. That is off. No good. Caruso with the rebound. With the Thunder up by 9. Jalen Williams with it. Williams coming around. Williams. That is no good. Thibault with the rebound. That is the center, Jalen Williams, that has, I believe. Rupert for 3. Rupert. No good. Wiggins with the rebound. Caruso has it, passing back over to Wallace. Has it back over to the other Jalen Williams for 3. No good. Rupert with the rebound. The center, no, that's a small forward, Jalen Williams. 7 points, 2 of 5 shooting. 2 for 4. And you see Wesley with it, back over to Rupert. Pass it over to Thibault for 3. He drains it. It's a 6-point game. As I said, we are very confused with some of with 2 players with the name spelled differently, but still when you have the same pronunciation. Wallace with it. 5 to shoot. Kaysen Wallace will hit that deep 2. See the Thunder shooting 10 of 24, and the Blazers 8 of 26. Is an 8-point lead for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They led by as many as 10 to start the quarter. Wesley with it. Back over. Wesley for 3. That is off. No good. Wiggins will get the rebound as Kaysen Wallace with it. 28-20. Thunder on top. Coming around. Wallace back over to Sorber. Sorber. And he gets that shot up. That is no good. Klingon will get the rebound. 3.5 into the second quarter here. It's an 8-point lead for the Thunder. Coming around, Wesley with the layup. That is no good. Sorber will grab the rebound. Caruso has it. Here at the Moda Center in Portland. You see Caruso for 3. He drains it. And now that's the largest lead of the game, is 11 points. Klingon has it. Back over to Thibault. Thibault pass it over to Wesley. Wesley got a little bit open, but Wesley's going to come around. He'll get the layup. That is good, and we have our first timeout of the second quarter. 7:50 to play until halftime. The Thunder leading it 31-22. We'll be back. And we are back here at the Moda Center in Portland, where the Thunder are off to a 9-point lead here, as we're having some of the starters coming back into the game for the Thunder. And we're about to see some starters coming back into the game for the Blazers as well. 31-22, Oklahoma City on top right now. The defending champions have led from wire to wire. They have not been tied yet. Look at the Thunder win at Phoenix, 58% from the field, 25 assists. Talk about being very efficient. 2-1, Holmgren. That shot is up, that's no good. Thibault with the rebound. Back over to Henderson. You see Henderson passing it over to Avdia. Avdia coming around. Back over to Henderson. 4 to shoot here. Henderson, there's a shot up. That is good. Scoot Henderson averaging 24.5 points in 2 games so far this season against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Already played. This is only the 3rd time I believe now, actually. You see SGA. Avdia will grab the rebound. Is it right up there? I know Oklahoma City, the defending champions here. You see passing back over to Drew Holiday. Holiday coming around. Holiday with a jump shot. That's good. It's a 5-point game. Thunder now up by 5. They led by as many as 11. 6-0 run. Modest 6-0 run right now, but it's back to 5. You see SGA for 3. That is off. No good. Henderson with the rebound. Holiday coming around. Drew Holiday with it. Passing it over to Williams. Williams back to Thibault. Over to Henderson. Scoot Henderson. Coming around. Scoot Henderson with a bucket. That's good. It's only a 3-point game as he's averaging 21 points per game in total this season. You see SGA coming around. Pass it over to Holmgren, and Holmgren, easy bucket there. Look at Chet, though, averaging just a tick under 18 points per game as we have another timeout here. 5:19 to play in the second quarter. It's 33-28 Oklahoma City. We're taking a break. And we are back here in downtown Portland. It's 33-28. The Trailblazers on top with 5:19 to play until halftime. Jeremy Grant coming back into the game for the Trailblazers as he inbounded over to Williams. Trailing by 5 here. The Thunder not allowing this game to go away yet. You see Jeremy Grant with the slam dunk. It's only a 3-point lead now for the Thunder. As I said, they led by as many as 11. But as you see here, the Thunder have not trailed in this game. And you see there's an easy bucket there again. Using that backboard there. And you see Williams III, he's going to go to the foul as Jalen Williams. Is it with the Y? That is Jalen with the Y. Who's getting called for the foul there as Robert Williams III is going to go to the line shooting 2. And he will make the first one. Alex Caruso going back in for one of the Jalen Williams. I think that is the one that is spelled with Jalen. And Williams will sink them both. 3-point lead here, 4:45 to play until halftime. 35-32, Thunder on top. I said they have not trailed or have even been in a tie yet with the exception of 0-0. Jalen Williams with the Y. Back over there, you see SGA with it. Under 3 to shoot now. SGA coming around, and he will make it. Abdia has it for the Trailblazers. Back over to Grant. Jeremy Grant coming around. Grant over to Henderson. Henderson for 3. That is off. No good. Dort with the rebound. Caruso has it. Back over to Dort. To Holmgren. Holmgren. That is no good. Williams will get the rebound here. Chet Holmgren with only 8 points on 3 and 9 shooting. Does have 4 assists. 8 to shoot. 3.5 to play here in the second quarter. There's under 5 on the shot clock, though. Abdia for 3. He drains it. It's a 2-point game. SGA back over to Chet Holmgren. Holmgren back over to SGA. SGA with a jumper. That is no good. Jalen Williams will get the rebound. Back to SGA. 10 on the shot clock. Over Caruso for 3. He drains it. It's back to a 5-point lead for the Thunder. The Portland Trailblazers are pushing, but it seems like when they push, the Thunder can push right back. Holiday coming around. 5 to shoot. Over to Robert Williams the third, and Robert Williams the third with that bucket there. It's back to a 3-point lead for Oklahoma City. Portland hanging on in this game right now. SGA coming around. Nice layup there, and they're back up by 5. SGA with 11 points. 8 of them in the paint. There's Jeremy Grant for 3. That is off the rim. No good. Holmgren grabbing the rebound. Lugan Dort has it. Dort with the slam dunk. Abdia has it. Grant coming around. Abdia has it. Abdia with a deep 2. That is no good. Williams with the rebound. SGA has it here. We look at the rebounds. 24 to 20 in favor of the Thunder. Coming around, and that is a layup that's good. And the Thunder are now back up by 9. Holiday has it. Over to Grant. Grant. 9 to shoot, 8 to shoot. 5 to shoot. There's a jumper. That is no good. Holmgren getting the rebound. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander coming through. SGA with it. He's going to come out with a layup of his own, and the Thunder are back on top by 11. That's how large as they let it here in the second quarter. The Blazers were able to get to within 2, but the Thunder, again, have been pushing back any efforts of a comeback by the Portland Trailblazers. Holiday for 3. That is off the iron and no good. Under 10 to shoot, or under 10 to play here. Shot clock turned off. Lugan Dort back over to Holmgren. To Caruso for 3. He drains it. It's a 14-point lead. And that's where it's going to be going into the second half. A 14-2 run for the Oklahoma City Thunder to end the half, and they are up by 12 as we head to halftime. This is NBA 2K on VDub Productions, and we will see you going to we'll come back right after halftime. Get ready to start the third quarter here. 51-37, the Thunder on top over the Portland Trailblazers as we look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA. He's really having himself a good first half. I mean, this is the reason why he was the league MVP as well as finals MVP from a season ago. Holmgren getting over to SGA as we start the second half here. SGA for three. That is no good. Holiday, Henderson, Williams, Grant, and Avdia are on the court for the Blazers here as we have Holiday. Drew Holiday. 9 to shoot. Over to Grant. Back over to Grant. Pass it over to Williams. Williams! There's a bucket there. It's a 12-point game. 10-point lead, or 10 assists actually for the Portland Trailblazers in this game. Back over to Jalen Williams. I believe that is Jalen with a Y. And Dort for three. He drains it. 15-point lead. Now that is their largest of this game. Drew Holiday coming around with it. Holiday with it. There's a jumper, and that is good, and it's 54-41. See SGA crossing the timeline with the basketball here. Back over to Chet Holmgren. Holmgren coming around with 9 to shoot. 6 to shoot now. Under 5 to shoot here. And you see Dort for three. That is off the iron. No good. Grant will grab the rebound. Avdia back over to Henderson to Grant. Over to Henderson. Henderson. That is off the iron, and Jalen Williams will grab the rebound. Back over to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort for three. No good. Holiday. Coming around with it. Lugan Dort only has 8 points on 3 of 7 shooting and 1 rebound. Holiday, oh Holiday. And Williams loses it as Jalen Williams. I believe that is Jalen. That had to steal there. Williams back over to Holmgren. Pass it back to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander here. 5 on the shot clock. SGA with a jump shot. That is off the iron, and Robert Williams III will grab the rebound. SGA 15 points on 7 of 16 shooting in this game. Approaching 3 minutes into the third quarter. Grant coming around, and Grant will get the bucket there. It's an 11-point lead for the Thunder here. See Jalen Williams, I believe that is Jay. Holmgren coming around. What a nice layup there. Came close to going out of bounds. There. Thunder 22 of 46, and we have our first time out of the third quarter. 8:34 to play here in the third quarter. It is 56-43 Thunder. We'll be back. All right, we are back here as we look at Cason Wallace's stats here. He's shooting 46 from the field, 34% from the free throw line, but he has shot pretty better though in the last 5 games, 67%. As we inbound it, Williams III looking to find someone to inbound it to. He will to Avdia. Back over to Henderson. Back over to Grant. The Blazers trailing by 13 right now. Henderson. There's Jeremy Grant for three. That is off the iron, and Holmgren will get the rebound. Williams will have it. He loses it. Jeremy Grant will get the steal there. Avdia has it. Back over to Williams III. He is fouled as Holmgren is called for his first. Well, it looks like Robert Williams III is going to go to the free throw line again. We look at the three-point percentages for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are tops in the league here in the season playthrough. And want to let everybody know that if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe too, and hit the bell icon. As you see, Williams will make the first free throw. Hit a bell icon to receive videos for not just this playthrough season playthrough, but as well as my college football 26 content. As Williams hits them both. This is the first game of schedule block number 2, as well as the last. They see Dort for 3. That is off, no good. Grant will get the rebound. First game of schedule block number 2. And also the last game for the month of November, which means that is the end of October/November, which means there'll be no basketball tomorrow or Wednesday the 12th. As you see from the Moda Center logo, that is no good. Holmgren will grab the rebound. You see Williams, though, with the slam dunk. That is good. There'll be no basketball or no game content as far as this goes for as we're now between months. But there still will be a video out going over the statistics. You see Avdia for 3. That is no good. Williams will grab the rebound. I believe that is Jalen. Jalen Williams. He passes over to the other Jalen Williams for the slam dunk. It looked like the Jalen Williams were involved in that one. It's back to a 15-point lead again. Matches their largest. And there is a reach-in foul against SGA. That is his first and the team's second of the third quarter. But as I said, though, there will be a statistics and videos as well as we go over the standings and awards. This is how things are going right now. 2, 1. There's a shot. No good. And SGA will grab the rebound. But I will announce the game that will be coming out on Thursday the 13th, though, coming up in the fourth quarter. There is Dort for 3. That is off the iron. No good. We are approaching halfway to the third quarter here. Lugan Dort only 8 points on 3 of 9 shooting and 1 rebound. See Jeremy Grant coming around. Gives it up passes over to Henderson. Henderson, no good. Holmgren will get the rebound here. SGA. SGA finding Holmgren. Back over to Dort. Dort back over to SGA. SGA passes up a 3, but now Lugan Dort will get the 3 off. That's no good. That's Drew Holiday coming around. Team trailing by 15 with under 5.5 to play in the third. Avdia, deep 2. That's good. The lead is now 13 for the Thunder here. CSGA taking that inbound here, and we have another timeout called by Oklahoma City. 5:08 to play here in the third. It is 60-47 Thunder on top, and we're going to take a break. And welcome back here as we are 5:08 left in the third quarter. 60-47 the Thunder on top of the Portland Trailblazers. Looking at some substitutions being made by both teams. Some coming out of the game, some staying in, but moving positions. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander still in the game. Over to Wallace. Cason Wallace back into the game. Cason Wallace for 3. That is off the iron. No good. Klingon will get the rebound. Holiday has it. Over to Williams. And Robert Williams III with the slam dunk. And it's an 11-point game. 4:45 to play in the third. As I said, the Blazers trying to go on a run of their own. They can scratch and claw their way back in the game, as you see Jalen Williams, Jalen, with the bucket. Holiday with it, back over to Grant. Grant for 3. That is off the iron, no good. Holmgren will grab it. Holmgren for 3. That is off the iron, and Grant will grab the rebound. 13-point lead for the Oklahoma City Thunder right now. Grant coming around. Passing over to Klingon, and Klingon will get the slam dunk. And the deficit's only 11 for the Trailblazers right now. 3:40 to play. SGA coming through. Pass it over to Williams. Williams for three. He drains it. Back up by 14 now. The Thunder on top. Under 3.5 to play in the third. 65-51. The Oklahoma City Thunder on top. Grant coming through. Grant with the slam dunk. Jeremy Grant with a slam dunk. That's going to be on the AT&T Connect-A-Cam. Oh, boy. SGA has it as he is taking it. Back over to Jalen Williams, the J-A-L-E-N. SGA has it. 8 to shoot. We have 5 to shoot here. About to, almost lost it for a second. You see Williams coming around. Jalen Williams with a bucket. That's no good. 12-point lead. Try to get it to within 10 or maybe even in the single digits. See Jeremy Grant passing it over to Klingon. Klingon coming around. Klingon with the layup. That's good. And we have another timeout by the Thunder. We're going to take another break here. 2:25 to play in the third. Thunder on top by 10. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. Back here. 10-point lead for the Oklahoma City Thunder here in Portland. Thunder have led wire to wire. They have not even been tied since 0-0. As the Case and Wallace coming around here. Case and Wallace. Isaiah Joe with the bucket there, and it's a 12-point lead again. Wallace does get the assist there as we are down to the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. A 12-point lead for the Thunder. Jeremy Grant from deep inside, no good. Jang with the rebound. Back over to Isaiah Joe. Alex Caruso with it, who left the first game. As you see, Caruso will get the rebounds back to a 14-point lead again. Isaiah Joe did get the rebound. Wesley coming through. He loses it. I believe that is Dang with the rebound. I'm trying to figure out that name. Wiggins will miss that shot as Matthias Thybulle will make it. We'll get the steal there. I think he had the rebound. See Klingon coming through. Klingon passing up the shot. Over to Wesley. Wesley coming through under 3 to shoot. He's got to get it off. And he will, and that's going to be missed by Isaiah Joe. Caruso coming around. Caruso back to Wallace. Wallace for 3. No good. Thybulle will get the rebound. Matthias Thybulle back over to Wesley. Wesley back to Thybulle. Over to Wesley. Wesley back to Murray. Chris Murray for 3. That is off. And Caruso will get the rebound here. Shot clock turned off. Thunder up by 14. Wallace coming around. Wallace with it. 4-2. No good. And that will do it. At the end of 3, the Oklahoma City Thunder 69. The Portland Trail Blazers 55. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. We're quickly starting the fourth quarter. No, not even an assist of the game by State Farm. Love is in the lineup, as you see Caruso, Wallace, Carlson, Williams, and Wiggins out there for the Thunder. Avdia has it for the... You see there's a jump shot by Avdia. He drains that one. Portland shooting only 41%. The Thunder only 46%. So both teams have struggled from the field, but as you notice, there's a pass right there for Wallace. That is off, and Klingon will grab the rebound. Love had it, back to Avdia. Casey Wallace only has 5 points in this game on 2 of 7 shooting. 1 assist. Avdia back over to Matthias Thibault. Back over to Love. Love. There's a shot. That's good. It's a 10-point game. Williams coming around. Williams passing it up, and that's going to be stolen by Love. That was off of Caruso. Love going around, passing it over to Avdia. Avdia still with it. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Rupert. Over to Love. Passing back over to Klingon. Klingon. Thibault for 3. He drains it. It's only a 7-point game. Matisse Thibault has made back-to-back shots in this game. Is only within single digits now. Williams for 3. That's in, and the lead is back up to 10. I believe that is Jalen Williams. But you see there, Rupert. Rupert. Slam dunk, and it's back to an 8-point game again. Williams has it. Williams will come around, and he will get the bucket. Jalen Williams, the Jalen one spelling. He has 17 points in 30 minutes here. See Love with it coming around. Love, deep shot. He'll go to the line, though, as Caruso is called for the shooting foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Portland,
Caleb Love going to the line, shooting 2. You see Love there hitting the first one. As I said, there is no game tomorrow, and that is Wednesday, November 12th, and that is because we are between months. That will be a special video that I'll have out for October/November to look at the statistics, the standings, and the awards. As you see, Love making them both here. However, we do have, as you see, Wiggins, he's going to go to the line as Klingon called for his first foul on that dunk. But coming up on Thursday, November 3rd, we're going to see the Knicks again. They were the last team to go in schedule block number 1. They'll be playing in the second game. We'll be heading back to the TD Garden, where the Knicks will be playing the Boston Celtics in an Atlantic Division matchup. As I said, the Celtics, we know, are without Jason Tatum, and they were blown out against the Clippers. They made the game respectable in garbage time. I see Murray for 3. That is off the iron, but Klingon will get the offensive rebound and the put in. It's a 9-point game again. So the next game after this will be Thursday. Wallace for 3, and he drains it. And the Thunder are back on top by 12 here as Thibault with it. Passing back over to Murray. Over to Avdia. Back over to Thibault. Avdia with it. A 5 to shoot on the shot clock. He's got to come around. He has to get it off. He will from the free throw line, and that is no good. But Jalen Williams gets the offensive rebound and the dunk. And the lead is back to 10 again. SGA coming through. SGA with the bucket. SGA has 17 points in this game, 14 from the paint. Avdia has it. Back over to Murray, back over to Avdia. Murray for 3. Klingon coming around. He'll get the offensive rebound and the points. SGA. Back over to Wiggins for three. That is no good. Murray back to Thibault. Thibault for three. That is off. No good. Murray will get the rebound. He will get the second chance points. It's back to an 8-point game again. 6:50 to play. Caruso has it for the Thunder. Back over to Jalen Williams with the J-A-L-E-N, and he's rejected, but it's going to go out of bounds, but it went off of the Portland Trailblazers, so the Thunder will retain possession. But nice block by Williams III. Yeah, substitutions being made as the Thunder will have 10 to shoot when they inbound it. You see Caruso trying to inbound it. Back over to SGA. 7 to shoot. SGA. There's Williams for three. No good. Robert Williams III will get the rebound here. 6.5 to play in the fourth. Henderson has it. Game coming to you from the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. The Thunder have led wire to wire. You see Jeremy Grant over to Holiday. Holiday for three. That is off. Robert Williams III will get the offensive rebound. And you see Holiday with it again. 8 to shoot. Passing over to Avdia. Somebody is hurt. There's a three-pointer attempt. Somebody is hurt on the Thunder. Who is walking off the court right now?
Oklahoma City substitution, number 5,
Lugan Stort coming back into the game. Be interesting to see the injury report here in the post game. SGA with it. Coming around. SGA. There's a shot. That is good. It's a 7-point game. 19 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in this game. As we're approaching 5.5 to play here in Portland. 84-77. Grant back to Henderson. Henderson for three. That is off, and Holmgren will grab the rebound. Dort coming through. SGA. Layup. That is good. It's a 9-point game again. They led by as many as 15 in this game. But as I said, Portland does make a run, makes runs in this game. You see Robert Williams III just gets that one in, and there will be a timeout called by the Thunder. They lead by 7, and since I already announced the game before the timeout, we're going to take a timeout as well. 4:50. We are back from the timeout here. 4:56 to play in the fourth quarter. It is 86-79, Oklahoma City on top. Looks like we have a report from Allie LaForce. You can't hear her. Should be very interesting. There is no update yet on the injury. Sometimes they will update injuries about how a player is. You see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander coming into, still in the game. Coming around, up. 5 to shoot. Holmgren for three. He drained. No, he doesn't drain it. Never mind. What am I saying here? Grant gets the rebound. Holiday with it. Holiday. Over to Grant. Back to Henderson for three. No, that is off. And Jalen Williamson. That is J-A-L-E-N with the rebound. Over, you see the other Jalen Williams. The J-A-Y version. Misses that one. Avdia with it. Avdia. He's rejected, and Holmgren will get control of it here. Williams, the J-A-L-E-N version. He will get it. And that is actually Cason Wallace that was injured, and he had a sprained left shoulder. He's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks. And that looked like that had to hurt here. But you see, though, the bucket there by the Thunder puts them back up by 9, and there's a shot right there. Game is only 7 points again here in the fourth quarter. Under 3.5 to play. He loses it. Drew Holiday with it. Holiday coming around. Holiday with the slam dunk. And the Blazers are only within 5. SGA has it for the Thunder right now. SGA for three. That is off. Henderson with the rebound. 3 minutes to play. Abdia passing back over to Jeremy Grant. Grant misses that. And Jalen Williams, the Jalen, with the rebound. Williams for three. He drains it. Jalen Williams, Jalen spelling, 22 points, and he has 10 in this quarter. Puts the Thunder back up by 8. Jeremy Grant almost lost it for a second. You see Abdia for three. That is off. Mugen Stort will grab the rebound. 2:20 to play here in the fourth. Thunder up by 8. Led by as many as 15. Dort for three. He drains it. And the Thunder are back on top by 11. You see Jeremy Grant with it. 2 minutes to play now. Jeremy Grant with his team trailing by 11. 9 on the shot clock. Passes it back over to Drew Holiday. Holiday back over to Grant. Grant has to get that shot up. That is no good. Holmgren with the rebound. 1:40 to play. Jalen Williams, Jalen, passing it over to Holmgren. Holmgren passing to Dort. Dort for three. That is off. Robert Williams III with the rebound. Back over to Abdia. Abdia is going to go to the line and one as Holmgren called for the shooting foul. It goes in. Denny Abdia. Will try to get this team back to within 8. Abdia. He misses that one. CSGA with it. 1:15 to play. Holmgren. Back over up by 9 here. 8 to shoot. 5 to shoot. Over to SGA. SGA with the bucket. And it's an 11-point game again. Abdia has it for the back over to Grant. Grant with a dunk. It's a 9-point lead. Jeremy Grant, 13 points. It's under a minute to play here in the fourth. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander back to Jalen Williams to Dort. 45 to play. Back over to Holmgren to Williams. That is Jalen. SGA for three. That is off. Williams with the rebound. They got to get something quickly here. Grant with it. Jeremy Grant with the pass to Holiday. Holiday for three. That is off. Williams with the rebound. Jalen Williams, I should say. Dort coming around. Back over to Jalen Williams. Williams. Bucket no good. Grant with the rebound. There's 10 seconds to shoot. Abdia for three. That is no good, and that's going to do it. They don't even have to cross the half-court line. And that is a final. From start to finish, the Oklahoma City led. They never even had as much as a tie except for 0-0. And the Oklahoma City Thunder walk out of Portland, winners 96-87. We are not done yet here as we see Chet Holmgren is a player of the game, so stay tuned. All right, we are now looking at the statistics for the Portland Trailblazers here. We got Robert Williams III, 16 points, 19 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. Denny Abdia, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Jeremy Grant had 13 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. Matisse Thybulle, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Drew Holiday only had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists, and a steal. Donovan Clingan, 8.6 rebounds and an assist. Scoot Henderson, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Followed by Caleb Love, only 4 points and a steal. Chris Murray, 2 points, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Ryan Rupert. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, no, I'm not going to continue with that. He only had 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. Blake Wesley, 2 points and 2 assists. Let me see. Job Reith, City Sissoko, Young Hansen. Those 3 did not play for the Portland Trailblazers. And now for the Oklahoma City Thunder, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 23 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. Jalen, that is Jalen Williams, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. Logan Stewart, 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Alex Caruso, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Followed by Chet Holmgren, a double-double, 10 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks. Kaysen Wallace, who exited the game with a sprained left shoulder, he's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks, and we will definitely confirm that on the injury report. In 24 minutes, he had 8 points, 2 assists. Jalen Williams, the Jaylin Williams, he had 4 points, 12 rebounds. Aaron Wiggins, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Isaiah Joe had 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Thomas Sorber had 2 points and a rebound. Brendan Carlson had no stats in 3 minutes. Ousmane Dieng, I think that's his name, only 1 rebound and 1 steal. Then we had Nikola Topic, Kenrick Williams, AJ Mitchell, all did not play for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And those are your statistics for this game. Now it is time for the post-game ticker brought to you by 2K Sports. We are looking at the remaining games for Sunday, November 30th, 2025. We start off in Salt Lake City where the Rockets destroy the Jazz 133-103. The Jazz are league worst 2-17. In Cleveland, we have the Cavaliers 139-98 winners over the Boston Celtics. Celtics, a team that we're going to be seeing on Thursday. And they'll be and now we look at their opponents, the New York Knicks, 14-point winners over the Toronto Raptors in Madison Square Garden. Oh, if you want it, you guys got to go back and watch the Knicks and the Bucks game from a couple days ago. That was a real fun one. In Philadelphia, we had the Hawks 151-103 winners over the Philadelphia 76ers. In the game that we just watched, the Portland Trailblazers fall to the Oklahoma City Thunder 96-87. And the Timberwolves continuing to show why they are the best team in the league. They are 19-1 on the season. And they defeat the Spurs 107-95. The Kings light the beam, winning 114-106 over the Memphis Grizzlies. And the New Orleans Pelicans defeat the Los Angeles Lakers 103-100 in Crypto.com. Monday, November 1st, 2025, or I should say Monday, December 1st, 2025. We start off in Detroit where the Hawks win by 16, 106-90 over the Pistons. The Cavaliers 135-122 winners over the Indiana Pacers. The Bucks 113-104 winners over the Wizards. The Nets get their 5th win of the season 118-106 over the Charlotte Hornets. The Clippers fall to the Miami Heat 133-123. The Bulls over the Magic 124-112 in the land of the Evil Mouse. The Nuggets 104-100 winners over the Mavericks. And I believe this is back-to-back days where the Rockets and the Jazz played in Salt Lake. And this time the Rockets put up 164 points over the league worst Utah Jazz. They win 164-121. The Jazz fall to a league worst 2-18. And in Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, the Lakers 127-124 winners over the Phoenix Suns. And that is it for your post-game ticker. If your team won, congratulations. If not, there's always tomorrow. Report for the games that have been played past December 1st, 2025. Philadelphia is fully healthy again as VJ Edgecombe is back in the lineup. Milwaukee's fully healthy. Chicago, the Cavaliers, as I mentioned, Struss actually 1 to 2 weeks now. He is out. So 1 to 2 weeks out away from returning. Larry Nance Jr. is now day-to-day, but he's still in the hurt category. Jason Tatum still out 4 to 6 weeks. Clippers still have Chris Paul out 1 to 2 weeks. Grizzlies are fully healthy. The Hawks are still without Zachary Rishaza. He's still out 2 to 4 weeks. Terry Rozier, as Tyler Hero's back in the lineup, he's only on this list because he's still indefinitely suspended. Hornets are fully healthy. Jazz. The Kings are without Drew Eubanks. He's still day-to-day with that twisted right knee. Gershon Yavasil is still out 6 to 8 weeks. And now we have Landry Shamet. He's out 1 to 2 weeks for the Knicks. Lakers are fully healthy. Magic still without Wendell Carter Jr. and Tyus Jones. The Mavericks are still without Derek Lively and Kyrie Irving. The Nets are without Michael Porter Jr. and Terrence Mann. And then we also have Keon Johnson out day-to-day. Bruce Brown is now day-to-day with that fractured eye socket. His return will be pretty soon. Tyrese Halliburton, we know, is still out for the season. The Pels, fully healthy. The Pistons are still without Jaden Ivey for another 2 to 4 months. The Raptors are fully healthy. The Rockets, of course, we know Van Fleet is out, but now Alperen Sengun is day-to-day with that sprained left toe. Dylan Harper still day-to-day with that bruised left shoulder. Suns are fully healthy. The Thunder, we knew were going to be playing without Isaiah Hartenstein, but now Cason Wallace, and you saw him get hurt. He is out 1 to 2 weeks with a sprained left shoulder. Minnesota Timberwolves are without the services of Julius Randle out 2 to 4 months, but you know what? The Timberwolves are still not missing a beat without him, I'll tell you that. The Blazers without Lillard and Shaedon Sharpe, but it looks like Kamara is now upgraded to just a hurt. He is day-to-day still with that left knee injury. The Warriors are fully healthy, and only Cam Whitmore for the Washington Wizards is now still on the injured reserve or injured list. He is still out 8 to 10 weeks with that torn right meniscus. And that is your injury report for the games played after December 1st, 2025. As I mentioned, there will be no basketball tomorrow, November 12th, and that is because we are now done with the month of November, as I usually will add October/November as like the official first month of the season, because we start late in October. Season starts late in October. So now I'm going to go over the statistics as well as the standings and the award winners for the weeks and the months in the Eastern Conference while I do a review video for that before we start the games played in December. But when we return on Thursday for action, we will be at the TD Garden in Boston, where the Boston Celtics will play host to the New York Knicks. The last time we saw the New York Knicks, we knew what happened. If you watched the game, you know. If you didn't, I go back and watch it. I'll put the link. I'll put the posting of that video as well, because that was a really good game. And that is going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to and hit the subscribe button, as well as hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do drop, as well as my college football 26 content. As at the time of the game, this will be out on Tuesday, November 11th. For those who watch it on a later day, that means Wednesday, November 12th, tomorrow, if you watch this actually on time, will be my college football 2018 playoff that I like to do. That will be, the latest projections will be out since later tonight. The new college football playoff rankings will be out. As well as tomorrow, the 12th, we'll have our first simulation game for week number 12 of the college football season. So do keep an eye out on that as well. And look at my community tab. I'll be posting that on Tuesday night or later tonight. Until then, that is it. Remind you guys once again, the final score: Oklahoma City led wire to wire. They defeat the Portland Trailblazers 96-87. I am Vinny from Beat Up Productions. I am now signing off.